So hello, and welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. So right now, I'm just going to show you this video and boom.
It was a crime that made national headlines. A father storms into a Tomball hospital armed with a gun, demanding that something be done to save his son who was on life support. We covered this story for you back in January. That father is now out of jail, and his son, who the family believed was brain dead, is now alive and well. Tonight, both men are talking only on two, telling investigator Robert Arnold their incredible story.
I felt hopeless.
11 months ago, George Pickering was in a very different place in his life. He was in jail, charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Hey, we need the police stat to the hospital. We have a family member with a gun.
In January, Pickering grabbed a gun, marched into Tomball Regional Medical Center, and became locked in an hours-long standoff with police. Staff at the hospital told police Pickering threatened them with that gun.
He's pointing the gun like that.
We immediately give us security and call 911.
Pickering's son, George III, was in the critical care unit on life support. He had a history of seizures, but this time he suffered a massive stroke.
They were saying that he was brain dead, he was a vegetable.
The hospital ordered something called a terminal wean, a process that slowly removes life support. Hospital staff even notified an organ donation organization to let them know Pickering's son was an organ donor.
They were moving too fast. The hospital, the nurses, the doctors.
Pickering admits he was extremely drunk and belligerent that night, but he says he was certain there was still life left in his son and no one would listen. He also says he had been down this road once before with his son and he came back.
I knew if I had 3 or 4 hours that night that I would know whether George was brain dead or not.
While Pickering initially had a gun, he was quickly disarmed by his other son, but continued threats prompted the standoff. Pickering stayed at his son's bedside as SWAT officers tried to negotiate his surrender. Then something happened.
During that 3 hours, George squeezed my hand 3 or 4 times on command.
Seeing that his son was recovering, Pickering surrendered.
There was a law broken, but it was broken for all the right reasons. I'm here now because of it.
This is George Pickering III, the man family members say they were told would not recover from his stroke and coma.
It's the duty of a parent to protect your children, and that's all he did.
Pickering says he and his dad share an unbreakable bond. They run a small electrical engineering business and even built their home together.
Everything good that made me a man is because of that man sitting next to me.
As for the criminal charges against Pickering, one was dismissed, the other lessened. He was given credit for the time he served in jail and was released this month. Phoebe Smith was Pickering's attorney.
This case has always been about a father protecting his son when a son couldn't protect himself.
And with the criminal case over, father and son say all they want now is to live their lives peacefully.
The important thing is I'm alive and well, my father's home, and we're together.
It was good to come home. There's no place like home.
Officials at Tomball Regional Medical Center cited privacy laws when declining to speak about Pickering's case. The hospital did write, when a person is in a position to make a decision for someone who can't make those decisions for themselves, they must do so in a safe manner.
So as you guys have actually seen, this is a story that is actually from 2015. And the reason why I'm bringing this up right now in 2022 is because yesterday was Father's Day. And this was something that kind of like showed up on my feed and whatnot. And I thought it was pretty interesting to know that the level of dedication and willfulness that someone has, you know, to save their child, you know, father protecting their son. So as you guys seen in the video, they're actually, you know, the son, he had a history of seizures. This one was like a mega one to where it then turned into like a stroke that the son had. And the hospital staff, they were like, yeah, your boy, he's brain dead. So the dad's like, yeah, no, he ain't. He's not brain dead. I don't believe it. But everyone's saying, yeah, he is. You gotta give it up. You're just gonna have to, you know, pretty much allow your son to die. And he was just like, nah, I ain't doing that. Nah, you can miss me on that one, right? So then, as you guys seen, there was a whole SWAT standoff and whatnot. And he barricaded himself in the room with his son. 3 hours went by. He said that his son squeezed his hands between 3 to 4 times on command, which proved to be opposite of what they're saying. They're saying your son's brain dead. He's, all the hope is lost on this one. Let's kill him. Let's take him off life support. Let's go and kill him. And because he is an organ donor, we already got them online. So we gonna get his organs one way or another. So, let's wrap this up and let's go. And this dude, he's like, the dad, he's like, nah, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. And it just really shows, and it really, touched me with what the son actually said in regards to, you're the parent, your duty is to protect your child. And this is why I also say, in regards to people, kind of on a different tangent, in regards to like abortions and stuff like that, people are like, well, you just got to raise them for 18 years and get over it. The kid was over 18 years old. Okay. So the thing is this, parenting does not stop once you hit quote unquote adulthood. Once you are a quote unquote adult, once you're 18, okay, deuce, get out of my house, don't bother me, don't talk to me, don't look at me, whatever. I don't know you anymore. It does not end at that. The protection still, if you're a good parent, it continues until you're gone, really. And that's what that is. And this just showed true dedication that a parent had. And yeah, it's an older video, but facts are facts. The truth still remains to be what it is today, and it's just, and I get, people are like, oh yeah, but the doctor said this, and the doctor, y'all, doctors make mistakes. Nurses make mistakes. There have been many medical, mistakes made for example, like leaving a sponge, leaving gauze, gloves into people's bodies and suturing them up and be like, okay, you're good. And then now the person has some crazy kind of pain, or they possibly die, and it's because you made a mistake. But my thing is this, you made a mistake, which in that kind of line of work, that's inexcusable. Okay. Everything that you've done, the test that you've ran right now, he was just another number to you guys. He was just, okay, yeah, let's hurry up and get him out the way. And okay, let's get the organ donors, and then let's go to the next person so we could screw them up next, and that's the problem. If someone's telling you, yo, you got to wait, just wait a little bit. I have faith. Just waited 3 more hours. That's all you needed. Because he said, I would be okay with it, but I got to see if he is actually brain dead like you guys claim him to be, right? Well, why can't you let me see it? Just 3 more hours, a couple more hours. No, we ain't doing that. So their life means nothing to you. That's what you're saying. You take a whole oath about, protecting people, Hippocratic oath. We're going to make sure we do this. And granted, this is a odd case, but it also bears the question of, has this happened to anybody else? Which I've read other stories, and maybe not to this extent, but yes. Okay. This has happened to other people. Okay. So I wonder, if I ask you, if this has happened to other people, and it has happened to other people, what did you do? Did you know that they were brain dead? You're like, oh yeah, all the tests said so. Well, what if the parents were like, or the sister or whatever, husband, wife was like, okay, but I need to see for myself. And you're like, yeah, we ain't doing that. So you probably just went and killed someone. I mean, that's really what you're doing. You probably just went and killed somebody because you didn't want to wait, because your time is so precious. And it just really makes you think about it, whether this is some external godly thing that is here or whatever the case may be. It's just trusting your own gut, trusting your own instinct. A piece of paper is only a piece of paper. People are like, oh, but they went through medical training and they did this, they did that, and you should only trust their opinion and da 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 da. Well, people make mistakes, and just how you have doctors. They're good doctors, there's bad doctors. There's good nurses, there's bad nurses. If you had a good nurse, good doctor, good PA, whatever the case may be, they may have said, we'll wait 5 more hours. But you're not going to already be like, we're only going to wait 30 more minutes. I already got the organ donors on speed dial, so you better hurry it up. So it just really shows, the strength of this man. I'm so happy that they didn't lock, throw him in there and throw away the key. You know what I mean? I'm so happy that they didn't do that, because at the end of the day, This is the fault of a hospital. And in my opinion, I would have sued you guys. I would have straight up sued you guys. But him getting his son back is what really mattered at the end of the day. Granted, yes, like the son said, were laws broken? Yes. Okay, you're not supposed to be bringing a gun into a hospital. I get that. But at the end of the day, these people are going to kill me. So hospital staff that's going to kill me in a hospital that is signing off on my death, or someone that's willing to risk their lives and go to prison, go to jail to save my life, it was able to be saved, and these people are willing to kill me, I would have straight up sued them. And then I don't know if you got to go through retraining or look at some other, practices, however you do your little studying or whatnot. But I would have been like, yo, y'all need to get y'all shit together. Y'all need to really look at your training, train these people a little bit more. Look at whatever you guys are looking at, because the fact that you're going to kill this person is problematic. And I'm so happy that the father was able to step in when everyone else was just like, yeah, he's a lost cause. The brother, the mom included in that. Yeah, he's going to die. And Dad's like, nah, I don't think so. That's not happening. But those are my thoughts and those are my opinions. I do wonder, did you guys even hear about this story? Like I said, it was in 2015 that this has happened. Curious, did you guys even know about the story? Let me know down in the comments down below. And until then.